But what are you pretending not to know, and who are you pretending not to be? Because the answer to your creativity, the answer to your wildest dreams is locked up inside of the things that you're pretending not to know and not to be. Okay? So that's my check in, tell a friend to bring a friend so we can all be friends. It's Fill Up with Fran every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll be sharing with you one tip, one concept, one principle that can help take you from idea to launch in your journey to becoming the person who can make your wildest dreams come true. This week we will be discussing courageous creativity. I want to do this a little different tonight. I want you to, light up the chat box with your questions. I'll make sure that I try to answer them live, but those that I don't get to, I'll make sure that I do a video response for them because I want everyone to get something out of this as we're going through this tonight. I'm going to open up by telling you what Fran thinks about creativity, and then I'll close things out with telling you what the experts say. And I'm not trying to brag or anything, but they pretty much say the same thing that I say, except they say it a lot more fancily. So I'm going to start off by talking about courageous creativity. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Thank you, everyone. Hi, Quentin. Thank you for joining, everybody. I really appreciate it. Let's jump in. This week, we're going to be talking about courageous creativity. Here's what Fran thinks. I really think that creativity is basically some wild shit that someone thought about and then they acted on it and it worked. That's what I think. When we give people credit for being creative, I think that what it amounts to is that somebody thought of something wild and crazy and just outlandish. They were trying to solve a problem or get to a solution, and they tried it and it worked. That's creativity, right? But what happens when your creativity doesn't necessarily amount to success? That means that you need to add some courage to your creativity, okay? Being courageous enough to get out of your own way is important when you're talking about being creative. We all are creatives. At one point in my life, I didn't think I was a creative. I wouldn't have put myself in that space. I'm not an artist. I don't sing. You know what I'm saying? I don't paint. I don't dance. Okay. I'm just really trying to, live in my two-step zone. You feel me? Live in the two-step. Okay. I never would have really classified myself as a creative. But what I found is that creativity is really the result of you being courageous enough and bold enough to jump out there and try it. Okay. You cannot have what you don't ask for creatively. Okay. So you have to be willing to ask yourself the questions that you care about getting the answers to in order to really ignite that creative person that's inside of you. You have to be courageous enough to ask the questions that you care about getting the answers to. Okay. You have to care about the answer in order to really stick to the pursuit of being creative. All right. So I just want to say this about myself, and I hopefully you all can get something from this. Okay. In my journey to becoming the person who can make my wildest dreams come true, I've really figured out that I'm going to do some dumb shit. Okay? I'm just going to go ahead and say it flat out. I'm going to do something dumb. Okay? It's going to be dumb. It's not going to make sense. It's probably going to sound crazy to you. But because of courage with my creativity, I'm going to do it anyway. The thing is, I'm going to do some dumb stuff, and then I'm going to figure out afterwards that was pretty dumb. But guess what? I just want to keep doing new dumb stuff so I can learn from it. See, the problem is when we keep doing the same dumb stuff and not getting the lesson. Do the dumb stuff. Ask the dumb questions. Seek the dumb answers, but learn from them. Okay? I want to do new dumb stuff. That's my motto. I want to do new dumb stuff until I uncover the thing, the innovation, the secret, the success, the secret sauce, the formula, if you will, to my success in my journey to becoming the person who can make my wildest dreams come true. Okay? And if you're honest with yourself, if you stop for a second, if you're honest with yourself, you've done some dumb stuff. Okay? You've done some stupid shit. All right? Will you make the stupid shit count? Or will you keep doing the same stupid shit? Okay? I'm not there for that. I'm there for you doing the stupid shit that leads to you learning so that you can do new stupid shit. Okay? Because there's something about that willingness to be vulnerable, to being wrong, that allows you to unlock creativity at a higher level, and it allows you to innovate in constant iterations, okay? In constant iterations, because you're constantly willing to put yourself in a vulnerable place of being wrong, okay? And doing some dumb shit. All right, so that's pretty much what I think about creativity. All right, here's what the experts say about creativity. So this is going to be a little more polished, but I want to give you something. As always, every week I'm going to give you something that I'm reading, but I'm going to summarize it for you. But if you would like to read this article, it's called Reclaim Your Creative Confidence. Reclaim Your Creative Confidence by Tom and David Kelly. Okay, that's an article that you can read. I think I found it on, just Google it. Just Google it. Reclaim Your Creative Confidence by Tom and David Kelly. That's Kelley. Okay, so check that out. But they talk about 4 fears that hold us back from being creative. 4 fears that hold us back from being creative. The fear number 4 is the fear of the messy unknown. A lot of us can't get creative because we're afraid of things getting messy. We're afraid of things that we don't understand. Creativity actually flourishes in spaces where you are uncomfortable and unfamiliar. Okay? Again, new dumb shit. We're going to keep doing new dumb shit. Okay? But the creativity needs a space where things are messy and not really defined. And, you can just kind of splurge out on figuring your way through it. Creativity is not a straight line. It is something that is practiced. It is not a talent. It is not taught. Creativity cannot be taught because creativity is a mindset. Last week we talked about mindsets. Creativity is a mindset. Okay, you have to enter the creative mindset, but the one of the things that will get in your way of your your courageous creativity is your fear of the messy unknown. So get really, really comfortable being uncomfortable. I know you've heard that a million times. I know you've heard it a million times. Well, I'm about to tell you 1,000,001. In order for you to activate the creativity inside of you and to bring forth that innovation that can bring you from idea to success, that can bring you from conception to marketplace, is going to be your acceptance of the messy unknown. Okay, number 3, the fear of being judged will hold back your creative confidence. Okay, your creative confidence, your courageous creativity. It takes courage to be willing to put yourself in front of a room of people who go, now she know that was some dumb shit. She know that was a dumb idea. Well, guess what? It's a lot of people who thought that a lot of folks who we now look up to did some dumb things. But that fear of being judged will almost always hold you to the expectations of other people. Now, if you missed us last week, I encourage you to go check out the recording from last week. You can find it on the Facebook page. Ask a friend, tell somebody that you need to get a copy of it. Hit me in my DMs. I'll try to get you a copy of it. But we also talked about freeing yourself or prioritizing learning over the approval of others. Okay? You have to prioritize learning and your creative process over the approval of someone else understanding your process. Because it's not their process. They're not going to understand it. So if Fran were to give you advice, Fran would say, use your energy for your creativity and don't use your energy on trying to explain to others the vision that was not given to them. Okay, let me say that again. Don't spend your energy explaining your vision to people who were not given that vision. They're not going to understand because they weren't given that vision. If they were going to understand, you'll know your people when it clicks immediately for them. You'll know the people, you'll know your tribe, you'll know those that are drawn to your vision when it clicks with them automatically. If it does not click with them, do not spend your energy trying to get the approval of other people or being afraid of their judgments. Okay? Number 2, the fear of the first step. I can't tell you the number of clients that I work with that are afraid to take the first step. And I'll even go one further. It's not necessarily that they don't know what the first step is. I would say that it is really a combination of the first one, which is the fear of the messy unknown, with a little bit of the fear of the first step. I can't take that first step because I don't know where I'm going. Okay? Some of us are really asking ourselves, well, what is my wildest dream? Okay, we'll get into that later. But fear of taking that first step will hold back your creativity every time. Here's something that I do. When I am looking to be creative, I do a brain dump. I literally put, this is one of the books that I write in, I literally put anything down on a piece of paper to get me going. Okay. And the only thing that I'm focused on doing at that point is producing a list that's long enough. Again, I'm willing to write down the stupid stuff. Let me give you another tip. Another great way to brainstorm is to, instead of writing down everything that you should do, if you're stuck, start by writing down everything that you could do to fail. I know that might sound a little bit crazy. But it's a brainstorming technique that is meant to jolt jolt your thinking out of the box. So start thinking about, if you don't know where to start by saying, well, I know that if I don't get started, I'm going to fail. I know that if I don't reach out to people, I'm going to fail. And literally make a list of all of the things you can do to fail. And hopefully that's going to jumpstart your mind to think about all of the things that you can do to bring yourself along on your journey to making your wildest dreams come true. All right. Number 4, the fear of losing control. Okay. This is for me. Hi. Thank you. Hi on Facebook. Facebook is going crazy, y'all. Facebook is going crazy. Hi, everybody in Facebook land, Instagram land. Thank you for joining me. Fear of losing control. I feel red every time I read this because this is me. I need control. I crave control. I desire control. Control should have been my middle name, but it wasn't. My mom decided to give me Elaine. What does Elaine mean? Elaine means a bright light. Okay? And so what I want you to start thinking about is, what do you actually have control over? My middle name is not control, but my middle name is light. I can control the light that I bring into a space. I can control the energy that I can bring into a space. And so while I might not be able to control the unknown, I might not be able to control the judgments of others, I can control what I have. But that starts by identifying what you have. Do you have resources? Do you have connections? Do you have relationships? Do you have experiences that could feed forward your journey to becoming the person who can make your wildest dreams come true? That fear of losing control will stifle your creativity faster than you can imagine. Okay? You have to be willing to step out of control, because why? We're trying to create something that as of yet has not been created yet. As of yet that you have not created yet. That's a better way of saying it. So this idea and this concept of control is completely in opposition to the process of being creative, because creativity is not about control. Creativity is about removing yourself from the way that things are functioning now so that you can see the full picture. Free yourself. Free yourself so that you cannot be shackled, so you won't be shackled by the ideas of judgment, messy unknown, control, and taking that first step. Okay, so that's what the experts say. Again, that's an article written by David and Tom Kelly called Reclaim Your Creative Confidence. If you have a few minutes, it's a quick read. It's not super long, but take a second and read that article. But if not, I pretty much just gave you the rundown of what it is. Let me define creativity for you. Creativity is the ability to transcend traditional ideas, rules, patterns, relationships, okay? Or be the like and creative. Sometimes I can't even read my own hand right now. It's the ability to transcend traditional ideas, rules, patterns, and relationships. Okay? So that's why that fear of control is so detrimental to a creative mindset. Okay? Because we are trying to transcend those traditional things that have already happened. We already know how to do what's been done. We are trying to figure out how to do what we have not done yet. So you have to be willing to relinquish this idea of control in order to step into creativity. Okay? To create meaningful new ideas, forms, methods, interpretations, and etc. Originality is necessary, progressiveness is necessary, and this is my favorite word, y'all, imagination. Imagination is one of the keys for unlocking that courageous creativity. You have to be willing to relinquish control and instead step into your imagination. For me, as a Christian, as a believer, one of the biggest, best, most important gifts outside of the cross that I was given by God, okay, because that's my faith, I'm not afraid of saying it. But the greatest gift that I was ever given, and I think the greatest gift of humanity, is our ability to imagine, to see things before we actually see things, okay? See it before you be it, okay? Or be it and you will see it. So I am currently manifesting the lifestyle that I want to live by being the person who can make that happen right now. By being consistent about my lives, by being consistent about my writing, about being consistent in my work, in my commitment to my dreams, in my commitment to being creative, okay? I am being the person who's capable of bringing the lifestyle that I want to experience to place now before you all see it. See, that's why I don't spend time explaining my vision to people who don't get it, because it'll just seem stupid to them. But do the stupid things, y'all. Trust me. Okay, so I want to leave you with these questions. You know, I always leave y'all with questions. If you can't tell, I'm landing this plane. I'm wrapping it up. So if you have questions or comments, please make sure you hit the chat box. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. I'm wrapping things up, but I want to leave you with these two things to think about as you're pondering, you know, what might be getting in the way of my courageous creativity. I want you to think about or ponder these questions. What are you pretending not to know? What are you pretending not to know? What are you pretending not to know about yourself? What are you pretending not to know about your abilities? What are you pretending not to know as far as what your wildest dream is? Okay? What are you pretending like you don't know? And then the second one is, who are you pretending not to be? Okay? I'm going to give you a quick story as I wrap things up. I grew up in the black church, and one of the things that I was taught throughout my whole life was, you know, humble yourself and God will exalt you. But if you exalt yourself, you know, pride comes before a great fall. Okay. And so I spent the majority of my life terrified to own who I really am. Terrified to say, well, I know that I have these gifts. I know I have these talents, and I know I have these abilities. Let me tell you something. Let me take this moment to free you. Let me give you a little bit of freedom right now, beloved, loved one, brother, sister. Okay? Let me give you a little something to help you. God has not given you gifts and talents and abilities to sit on your hands and to say, hopefully one day someone will realize that I have these gifts, talents, and abilities. Okay? Success belongs to those that go out and get it. Okay? For my church people again, let me put it in church people terms. Faith without works is what? Is dead. Okay? And the same goes with your gifts and your talents and your abilities. I guarantee you that no one is going to wake up one day and go, there must be a young lady in New Jersey somewhere who has a passion about helping people figure out, you know, their vision for their life and find the way to their wildest dreams. I'm going to go find her and I'm going to sign her up and I'm going to put her on a platform. It's not going to happen. Why? Because I have to stop pretending that I am not who I really am. I have to stop pretending that I don't have the gifts. I have to stop playing the game that I'm humble, okay? And this false humility thing that says, oh, I can't say too much that I got it. No. Forget that, okay? I'm bomb, okay? I'm bomb. And between these two lives, we got double-digit people in here. And that's all you really need to know. It don't matter if it's 10 or 99. All you need to know is double-digit people's in this live right now. And so I am that person, okay? I have those gifts. I am the person who's capable of making my wildest dreams come true. So I want you to take some time over the next week to really think about, what are you pretending not to know? And who are you pretending not to be? Okay? And if I really wanted to take you to church, I'd give you some more biblical connections to that, but that's not what we're here for. Okay? The truth is that all around you, there is opportunity for you to be creative. But you cannot create if you will not own who you are and the gifts and talents that you have. I'm challenging you this week as we move forward throughout whatever is happening in our world. I'm challenging you to own who you are, to own what you're capable of and what you do and how you do it and when you do it. I'm challenging you to stop pretending that you don't know what you know. I'm challenging you to stop shrinking yourself to fit inside of the judgments and the vision of other people. Will you value the vision of other people more than you value the vision of yourself? Because if you are, then you are indeed stopping creativity from flowing into your life. Okay? We were born to be creative. Okay? And the last thing I'll say is, if no one has ever told you before, if you've never heard it in your life before, I want to affirm for you right now that you are whole, you are perfect, and you are complete just as you are. And everything that you need is already on the inside of you. You just have to activate it. Okay? I cannot wait to see how you will turn yourself into the person who can make your wildest dreams come true. That's really all I have this week. If you have questions or comments, I see the comments are kind of popping here and there or whatever. But if you have questions or comments, please feel free to jump into the chat box. I'll be hanging around for about another 6 minutes. I love to talk to you. But what are you pretending not to know, and who are you pretending not to be? Because the answer to your creativity, the answer to your wildest dreams is locked up inside of the things that you're pretending not to know and not to be. Okay, so that's my tip for this week, is stop pretending. Okay, we're not going to be the great pretenders around here in 2020. All right, we're getting everything that is for us. We're getting everything that we deserve in 2020. We're going after. We're putting our hands on 2020. We're putting our feet on 2020. Elbows, we're busting up the rest of 2020, period. But you have to take some time to evaluate. Who are you? What are your gifts? And how am I allowing the judgments of others and my own fears to stop the flow of creativity? All right. Until next time, please make sure you join us again next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Fill Up with Fran. I'll be here every single Wednesday, y'all. I'm serious about this commitment, y'all. I even got a ring light. Can y'all tell? Your girl's getting pop. You know what I mean? Skin is looking great. I'm so excited about this. I'll be sharing with you one principle, one thing for you to think about every week that will help you go from idea to launch on your journey to becoming the person who can make your wildest dreams come true. Before I get out of here, I want to give a little leak. I will be making a major announcement in a couple days. It's Wednesday, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I'll be making a huge announcement about some things and some ways that you all can join with me on your journey to making your wildest dreams come true. If you have not already and you are a woman of color, please make sure that you sign up to join me on Saturday at the Harambe Collective. I'll be speaking about plot twist. Okay, plot twist, silencing the voices of impossibility. How are we going to get to the thing that drives us, the thing that we're passionate about? How are we going to get to more? How can we get to more? That's all I have. Thank you again for everyone who took a moment to join us. Share it with your friend. Tell a friend. Next week, bring a friend. Tell a friend to bring a friend so we can all be friends. I'm your girl, Fran. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll be here again next week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to share one more concept that can help you move from idea to launch. Y'all be good, be safe, be blessed. Peace.